Yeah, sorry I haven't been uploading a lot, but I had to follow up with my competitors and actually understand them, at least the popular ones. At this time given, there are 102 candidates who are running for the title as mayor. And so far, Olivia, Mark, and I think Chris are the people in the lead right now. However, just before you rule me out yet, I want you to take a look at my plan. So the first plan that I have on this board is homeless resolution. Now I know a lot of people promise you how they're gonna resolve their issues, and every single thing has to be with giving more money away. My first attack to homeless resolution is this. First, we need to find where the money is going. And as the mayor candidates that I claim to be, or that I am, I've actually tracked down how much and where actually the money is going. So just walk with me. So the city allocates around $430 million per annum in terms of subsidies and also towards homeless development. So now, according to the 2022 budget, the 2021 and the 2022 budget, the city allocated to homeless resolution $270 million. Now here's where it gets tricky. Assuming, and I know that there are about less than 60 homeless shelters in Toronto alone, which has more than 45 of them as homeless shelters for women. This is $270 million. If you divide that by 60 homes, each of these people are supposed to get an approximate amount of $5 million each. $5 million each. That is about $5 million per shelter or per home. However, no city or no one has been able to report a budget of more than $500,000. Everybody except the Salvation Army, which on average the Salvation Army receives from the city alone, just Toronto alone, around, give or take, $6 million. This is approximately $6 million that goes to the Salvation Army. Salvation Army. Right? $6 million goes to the Salvation Army. So now here's my question. How many times do you see the Salvation Army outside helping the homeless people? And every single time during Christmas, that is excluding, excluding their whole donation. The government also gives them bonuses. How many times do you see the Salvation Army helping the homeless? So now I found one place that the money is being recycled, which is when it comes to towards homelessness. A lot of money is being given to these corporations and they're not doing anything with it. Because once they give these monies to those charitable organizations, nobody goes back to check. And I've talked to a lot of social workers and they tell me the same thing. They said, Emmanuel, there's no budget for whatever we can do. Everything is under budget. Okay, if it's under budget, let's say that this started in the year, give or take, in the past 3 years, right? We've been allocated the past 3 years, $15 million has been allocated per home. You're trying to tell me that you can't use $15 million in 3 years to renovate the house as well as to help a lot of people recover from homelessness? This is what we focus on every single time. We focus on drugs. But my homeless resolution is not to focus on drugs and mental illness. My homeless resolution is to focus on time. So for the people who need time to pay their bills, that is where I'm going to target. How am I going to achieve this? The first thing we have to do is that almost every single property and every single land that is being claimed by private companies to build luxurious condos, we're going to halt it. We're not going to put a complete stop to it because we understand that it's necessary for the progress of Toronto to get those private housing, right? However, we are going to repossess more of these lands and start building units, government-owned units, not private-owned units. We're going to build government-owned units, right? And the idea of this is not to make a home. The idea of these units, which when God permits, we are planning on building around 20,000 units, is to be a temporary place, give or take 6 to 8 months, for you to recuperate enough money, enough funds, so that you could leave your establishment and start a better life. Now, bear with me. If on average you're earning $2,000 at your job, you're earning $2,000 at your job on average, right? Let's say you have $50,000 to pay, or you have $50,000 in debt. You need to get that amount of money. What we're going to do is that we're going to allow you